Welcome to the February edition of the Civic Center Scoop. My name is Jess McMullin, and I'll be your host. We are talking about what's happening down at the Peoria Civic Center this next month coming up. We are in the midst of our busy season, so there's lots to talk about. We're broadcasting live on PeoriaLife.com and also sharing on Facebook and other social media. So we're talking about a couple different things today. First, we're going to talk about the George Washington Day Banquet that's coming up at the end of the month. And then we'll be talking about the Home Show, the annual event that happens inside the Peoria Civic Center where they build a house inside the PCC. And then lastly, we'll be giving you a rundown of all the events coming up, ticketed report that you can head to the box office and get your tickets. So let's get started. Without further ado, I have Sid Ruckriegel as my guest today, and he is the chairman of the board for the George Washington Day Banquet.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome, Sid.
It's a very exciting year, 120-year anniversary.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So this event has been a staple in
Yes.
Peoria.
Yes. It is the second oldest, we are told, in the country that is in continuous operation to celebrate our first founder.
Wow. Yes. And it's always in February around George Washington's Day.
It is,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget when it is because they clump those together with President's Day.
They do,
Yeah,
yes.
I know. So it's kind of like, are we honoring all presidents or which ones? But, well, great. Well, tell us a little bit about the banquet. What happens at the banquet? How many people are you guys expecting?
Excellent. Well, our banquet this year will be February 21st.
Okay.
And our guest speaker will be William Crystal.
Awesome.
And he'll be coming in. And the tradition of the banquet really goes back 120 years to where they would line up speakers as they were traveling the country. Peoria would sort of be a stop, on those trains.
It plays in Peoria, right?
and some of those first banquets actually had 6 and 7 speakers.
Oh,
for
my
the
gosh.
evening. But it was always a big social event, even back in the first original days. And that tradition continues. So there'll be obviously a cocktail social hour beforehand.
Okay.
William Crystal will be meeting people there as well. And then we'll go into a fantastic dinner at the Civic Center, and then a program that will be about an hour, including commentary and a speech by William Crystal, but also a couple other things as well. A lot of fun that evening.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. So William Crystal, and what's, in case people didn't know about him, what's his background? A little bit.
He is founder and editor-in-chief of the Weekly Standard.
Okay.
And many people probably recognize him from ABC This Week.
Yeah.
He's on there quite a bit as commentary.
He's news and political type, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's going to bring sort of a perspective of what's happening today in politics.
That's always an interesting topic to talk about.
Always relevant with everything that's going on.
Yeah, you never know on both sides of the spectrum.
Right.
There's always something to learn. So
Very true.
He'll be a great speaker to hear. So, well, wonderful. So kind of a cocktail hour leading into banquet, the speaker, and is there any other thing going on during the dinner?
Yes, we have two really nice traditions. One is the Nova Award, which is going to recognize a community leader who's under 40, who's really emerging on the forefront. Always great to see who that is chosen every year.
Youngin.
We have the Richard Michael, the Bob Michael Award for Lifetime Achievement. And that equally as well, it honors somebody who's really, their whole lifetime has been dedicated to our community in one capacity or another. And so that's always a great acknowledgement of everything that they've done for our city and our community.
Sure. So really a gathering of a lot of community leaders, but anybody can come, correct?
Yes, and totally open to everybody.
Okay.
It is put on by the Creve Coeur Club,
Okay.
but it is an event that is community-wide.
Awesome. So if somebody wanted to come, how do they find out more information or get tickets? Or
Very simple. You can follow us on Facebook or give Ron Gibson, our manager, a call at 672-2267, and he'll be happy to get you tickets.
Great. So now Ron Gibson's done at the Creve Coeur Club, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So just give the Creve Coeur Club a call.
And we'll make it very simple. We can
Yeah.
take your reservation right there. And,
Awesome. Or stop in.
Yes.
Because they're basically right across the street from the Civic Center.
That is great, yes.
So next time you come to a Civic Center event, you can pop over and...
It's perfect. There's parking below. You stop by there and then walk right over to the Civic Center.
Awesome, awesome. So the Creve Coeur Club hosts this. How long have they been hosting this event?
Well, we go back 120 years, but the Creve Coeur Club actually started a few years before in 1894.
Oh my gosh.
And it was founding from 12 citizens in town who wanted to be able to have a social gathering place to be able to meet, discuss, and really work on civic and business entrepreneur sort of obligations for the city.
Oh, I had no idea that that went back that far.
It did,
Holy.
yes.
So they've been sponsoring this banquet since it started?
Just a few years after it started.
Oh,
this became a staple, yes.
Wow.
And if you look at, we had the opportunity just recently to pull out some of the old programs and some of the old archives of the event. And it's really interesting to see the guest speakers that have sort of graced our stage over the years.
So give us an example of some of the, like, who are the ones that popped out to you when you were looking through them?
Well, we do have some political people that have come through. Mikhail Gorbachev came through.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes, we had the ambassador of Mexico that came through. But then we also have some that are non-political. Bob Hope was here, and of course our very own Nancy Brinker. And so you'll see an array of speakers that have a relevancy really to the time period that we're in.
Yeah, and, oh my gosh, I had no idea such big names came through. Yes. Well, a couple of years ago, Rudy Giuliani came through. He was one of my favorites from,
That was a big event.
I bet.
That was on the first floor of the Civic Center because I think we had some fire trucks and some other pieces of equipment.
It was so big, we had to move it downstairs into the exhibit halls. Oh my gosh, amazing speakers that come through.
And so I think that each year has its own legacy, but what's really neat is the continuity of this dialogue and discussion from a broader sense by the speakers that they spark that conversation within the community.
Yeah. Yes. To grow the community, grow the country. I mean, all working together. That's the bottom line.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. Anything else we need to know about the 120th annual George Washington Day Banquet?
We'd love to see everybody there. I think it'd be a fun evening, and I know the Civic Center has got some great plans for us as well that we are excited to see.
Oh, we are excited. I know catering's been working hard on your
I
menu.
think
and
you
the
probably
food.
have seen the menu, and it looks great for the evening. And
it's always scrumptious what Savor puts out.
They do.
I love it.
So looking forward to a good evening, and we'd love to have you join us.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's Wednesday night, February 21st at the Peoria Civic Center. Up in the ballroom is this one. You'll be treated to guest speaker from William Crystal. Also, to be able to witness these amazing awards that are going to be given out. And of course, you can bump into Sid there, because Sid will be there. All right, so if you're interested, stop down at the Creve Club or give them a call. Ask for Ron, and he'll be able to help you out. So, well, thanks so much for joining us this morning, Sid.
Thank you for having us.
And being able to tell us a little bit more about that event. So, wonderful. Looking forward to it. Next up, yesterday I caught up with Lisa Scott with the Home Builders Association of Greater Peoria. As you know, the end of February always means spring is on the horizon, and with spring comes lots of home projects. The annual official Spring Home Show takes place in the Peoria Civic Center, fills our exhibit halls to the peak. So anyway, we caught up with her yesterday, and she gave us a little bit more information about the home show, and we look forward to seeing you there at the end of February. I'm here with Lisa Scott with the Home Builders Association of Greater Peoria to tell us a little bit about the biggest event coming to the Civic Center this February. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Doing great. We're busy, but we're doing great.
Yeah, getting ready for the big event, which is?
February 23rd to 25th.
Awesome. The official home show of Peoria.
Yes.
So for somebody who's never been to the event before, what can they expect to see?
You can find just about any product you want for your home, inside and out. But the great thing about the show is not only seeing the products, but you get to talk to the professionals who can come sit down with you and put your dream plan together. They're going to be the ones that install it, do all that for you. So you save a lot of time not only running around looking at products, but also meeting the professionals.
Absolutely, and finding the right person to do the job is so important.
Absolutely. And
if they're going to show up, if they're going to mesh with you personality-wise.
You can sort of narrow that down at the home show. You might talk to 6 window companies and know that maybe these are the 2 that we want to invite into our home and narrow that down.
So you mentioned windows. What other type of things can people see, like maybe samples of at the show?
You'll see windows, doors, siding, gutters, flooring, all sorts of those kind of products. But we also have the home builders and the home remodelers in the show. So they're the ones that really make the big dreams happen.
Yeah, so if you're looking to gut your whole bathroom and start all over.
Right.
You can find somebody here.
If you want to talk with the builder, they don't generally have showrooms. They're people who come into your home. So there again, you can sort of narrow that down and find the person that is a good fit for you personality-wise.
Yeah, now I remember last year one of the booths was doing kind of like the layouts and demos like on a screen or something.
Right.
That was pretty cool.
There's just so much neat stuff to see.
So can they kind of bring their dimensions and their plans and think they can sit down and talk with people?
Absolutely. People do walk in with plans. I think that, you know, most of the builders would, if you're that serious and ready to build, they would love to talk to you that day and then set an appointment in short term.
Continue. Awesome. Well, so many great things to see, and we can bring the kids, right?
We can bring the kids. It's family friendly.
Right.
Kids admission is free. We want the kids to be part of it. It's a family event.
Oh yeah, when you rebuild a living room, it's definitely a family event. We're doing our bathroom right now, and you know, while it's just our master, the whole family's affected because all that stuff is everywhere else in the house.
Anything that happens in the home affects the whole family.
Exactly, isn't that the truth? All right, so to get in for the home show, what are admission ticket prices?
It's $7 for adults.
Okay.
Seniors are half price.
Okay.
And kids under 18 are free. But if someone would go to Cirque, they can get a buy one, get one free adult admission coupon.
Awesome.
So 2 adults could come in for $7 if you just make that little extra trip to Cirque.
Oh, I live right now down the street from Cirque. Yeah. That works out nicely.
So a family of 4, or even if a family had 6 kids, you know, with the kids being free, a family can really get in for pretty reasonably.
Oh, for sure. So any Cirque or just the headquarters?
The local Tri-County Cirques.
Okay, wonderful.
And they will have those just about a week before the show.
Okay. Now, I know in the back corner of the show, there's a humongous, when you talk about the home show, you literally bring a home to the show.
We do. That is such an amazing thing to watch come together. This year's home is a 2-story. Wow. So it is going to be up in the rafters of the Civic Center.
Wow.
And we've had a couple before. It's just humbling to stand there and look up, and then you go in the house and you realize how big it is, but yet how small it looks on the show floor because the show floor is so big. So,
the exhibit halls are humongous, yeah.
But Homeway Homes does a great job with that. I think this is the 18th year they've had a house in the show, and so they change it up a little bit every year with floor plan. People stand in line, walk through the home, just get great ideas.
Oh, I know last year I was like taking pictures of everything and then come home and try to put the dream all together.
You just can't believe there's a house in there.
Well, it is. And okay, so now remind me, what day do you start building?
We will start on Monday, which is the 19th, I believe.
So they build the house in 4 or 5 days?
5 days, really.
Wow.
It's a modular home, so it does come in components, but they have to do all of the finished work on the show floor. Wow. So they have to do drywalling, painting, siding, roofing, guttering, all of the things that bring all the pieces together get done inside the Civic Center.
And now last year, they even landscaped.
They do.
I mean, that was like, they're putting in flowers.
There's some staging of furniture that goes on. They landscape it. It's just beautiful. And I've heard them say in the past it's about 1,000 man-hours that happen over the course of those 4 or 5 days to get it together.
Wow. Well, we'll be posting on the on Instagram with Peoria Civic Center. If you don't follow us yet, do so. Starting on Monday, when they start building the home, each day we'll post a picture so you can see the house coming to life. Great. And then on Friday, when the show opens at 4 in the afternoon, they can come and see the house all finished.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Oh, how fun. Fun, fun, fun. So besides just wandering through all the exhibits and finding what you need for your home, you've also got other programs going on during the show as well, right?
We do. We have a couple of stages with some speakers. Danny Lipford is the host of Today's Homeowner TV show.
Okay.
He has been a home remodeling expert for 37 years. He's out of Mobile, Alabama.
Ooh.
And he has this TV show, radio show, and a website to help homeowners know how to keep their home well maintained, what to do if they have problems. So he's going to do 4 stage shows.
Oh, neat.
1 on Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday.
Does he have particular topics picked out for him? Or?
It's more of a how to take care
overall
of your home
okay.
and home maintenance. You know, maybe with us being in this climate, he might talk about how we're going to then have to get our homes ready for spring. Or he might talk
prevent
about
frozen pipes.
Yes. I think there have been a lot of those.
Oh yeah, I had one this year. Man, that was the first time.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage. So
yes,
he has those sort of tips,
okay.
and just a great personable guy. His show does air locally on the weekends,
okay.
and so he does have a little bit of a following in this area, but I've been really pleased with my conversations with him. He's a great guy.
Yay. Now, when are his shows each day? Does he have a show?
One Friday night, 2 on Saturday. and then again on Sunday.
Okay,
So
awesome.
we'll have all of those schedules on our website, the officialhomeshow.com site.
Okay, great. So is he the main speaker, the keynote, I guess?
Well, we have one more also. We have Joey Green, and Joey is entertaining and crazy.
We like those.
But he's going to teach us how to save money, because instead of buying maybe a lot of cleaning products, Joey's going to show us how to use the items we already have in our house to clean and take care of problems in the house.
Ooh.
So he might have uses for Jell-O or Coca-Cola or peanut butter or things like that that you can use for other things. And he's entertaining.
I think I need to see him.
He's a crazy man.
I need to see him. I think I might have to take a break from our own remodel and go see him.
Joey will do 5 shows, actually. He'll have one Friday night, 3 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday.
Okay, and again, the schedule's on your website, officialhomeshow.com.
It is.
Awesome. All right, so how long did you say this show's been going on?
Around 25 years.
And how did it start? I mean...
Well, that's a good question. I've done it for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
So
You've been in it the long haul.
It started before I came.
Wow.
But it actually used to be, it started in a smaller venue, and then there was a change in show management, and it moved to the Civic Center. And just kind of the dream of some of our core group of builders to have an event where people could find and work with and talk with customers, and so it's just worked out well for the builders to find the customers and the customers to find their builder.
So now the Builders Association, Home Builders Association, how many members do you have?
We have about 200 companies that are members.
Okay.
Some are builders, but most are the people who provide the products and services that go into a home. So they're exhibitors down there as well. Okay. But you'll find members of our association and non-members of our association exhibiting in the show.
Okay, wow. So it's a place to go and get everything you need for the home.
Right, it really is.
Awesome. Anything else we need to know about the big event?
Well, we do have a few exhibitors too who have fun offerings that, you can't go down there and walk out with a house, obviously.
Right.
So, but people like to come in and shop.
Yes.
So we do have people that sell some little cash and carry items, and you'll see, there's a guy that sells sheets, and he sells completely out before the show's over. He had a little mishap on his way to the show a couple years ago, and it was the biggest concern about where was the sheet guy.
Where was the sheet guy?
So there's just a lot of little fun cash and carry type items.
I remember I think the nut person was there last year, and that smell like radiates the whole exhibit also. Although I have to say, we bought a wine party when we were there last year. That wine sampling called me in.
Those are fun too.
Yeah,
there are just really fun things. You don't have to go down there just to buy a door or a window. There's just fun things to do too.
Yeah, it's a great thing to just wander through, even if you're not serious or think you have a project. By the time you exit, you probably will.
And I've had builders tell me that, maybe they talk to people at a show, and then 5 years later, those people call them and say, we're ready to do our home. It's a great research project. If you're just building in the future, you think you'd like to, it's a great place to see what's new, what's trendy, who's in the market. What's going on.
Awesome. Well, wonderful. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes out. I know you're busy getting ready for the show in 2 weeks, so
coming soon.
Thanks for taking a couple minutes to talk with us today.
You bet.
All right, so the Peoria, the official spring home show coming to the Peoria Civic Center February 23rd through the 25th. Find all the details at officialhomeshow.com. We'll see you down there.
Hey everyone, just a couple quick questions to make sure that we give you the easiest ticket buying experience possible here at the Peoria Civic Center. We have had a lot of questions about scalpers lately, and we are always working constantly to make sure that we can get rid of scalpers once and for all. But until we reach that point of perfection, we have a few tips that will help you make sure that you get a verified ticket and you're getting it at the right price and not via a scalper website or a scalper price. So you can always check on our website, PeoriaCivicCenter.com, and the ticket links there will take you to a verified ticket source at Ticketmaster.com. You can always visit us here at the Toyota box office at the Peoria Civic Center as well. And of course, our box office sellers are trained to get you the best tickets possible at the best price. So you know that it's a real deal if you're visiting them here in person at the box office at the Peoria Civic Center. And then of course, you can also find us on Facebook. Now, it is tricky on Facebook since people can create their own events. However, you will find that it is a verified ticket source and a ticket link if it is hosted by the Peoria Civic Center and if the ticket link is a Ticketmaster link. And they'll try and trick you, so don't fall for it and avoid those scalpers. Get tickets at the right price, either here at the Toyota box office, at our website, PeoriaCivicCenter.com, or on our Facebook, Facebook.com/Peoria Civic Center. We've got a ton of really fun events coming up. Just in February, we're getting really excited for the Disney on Ice that's happening this weekend. If you've got little ones, you have to bring them. The classic Disney characters will be on ice and will just amaze you and knock your socks off, or your skates, whatever you happen to be wearing when you join us here. And we also have Menopause the musical. For men and women, we've heard wonderful things about it. It's going to be a great show, and we're so excited. That's on the 15th of February, and tickets are still available. And then Cirque is coming as well, and that's the next day, February 16th. It's a Cirque show. It's in our theater, and it is going to be amazing. The things that they can do with their bodies is out of this world, so you don't want to miss it. And of course, we're super excited for the upcoming events in March as well. We Get the Lead Out. Lori Berkner, if you have kids, she'll be here, and she's very popular and is going to just make your kids have a great, great time in our theater. And the Musical Thrones parody of Ice and Fire, as we're gearing up for IHSA and March Madness. So don't miss us. You can always find our upcoming events on PeoriaCivicCenter.com. Thanks.
Wrapping up the rest of February, let's do a rundown of the other events happening at the Peoria Civic Center. This week wrapped up the Sound of Music at the Peoria Civic Center Theater. This is show number 3 in the Ameren, Illinois Broadway series. A huge thank you to Peoria for your support. That show, Sound of Music, was 2 sold-out shows. The 4th and final show in the Broadway series is coming up in April. That is The Wizard of Oz. There are 2 shows, April 25th and 26th. You can get your tickets on Ticketmaster.com or PeoriaCivicCenter.com, or just head on down to the Toyota box office. The guys down there are so helpful in helping you pick out the available seats. So that's Wizard of Oz, April 25th through the 26th in the theater, the last show of the Broadway series. And then come, I believe in March, they will announce the new Broadway series for next year, again sponsored by Ameren, Illinois. Also this weekend coming up, Disney on Ice will be in the arena. They are warming up and practicing right now. Friday there is 1 show, Saturday there's 2 shows, and Sunday there are 2 shows. So grab all the littles, boys, girls, both of them are going to love Disney on Ice. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com, or again, head on down to the Toyota box office. Our staff down there would love to see you and help you out. This time of year, as we start getting closer to the end of the school year, we start seeing a lot of our school competitions start up. And the state competitions for so many different things with IHSA and IESA happen right here in Peoria at the Peoria Civic Center. In the month of February, IHSA, the chess state finals, will be happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday, in the Convention Center of the Civic Center. Next weekend, IHSA is back with the speech and individual events. The state finals for them will be next weekend, again in the Convention Center. And then at the end of the month, IESA, the elementary chess state finals, will be February 23rd and 24th. So we welcome all of those students and your families coming to the Peoria Civic Center to compete in your particular events, and we wish you the best of luck. February 10th, Saturday night, an early night to celebrate Valentine's Day. Come on down. The Peoria Symphony Orchestra will be playing a combination of popular music with romantic classical favorites just in time for Valentine's Day. So PeoriaSymphony.org is your place for tickets with that. It should be a really cool show, again, in the theater. In case you haven't made it out to Bradley basketball yet, the Bradley team is doing quite well this season, but there are only 2 games left to come out and support the home team. Bradley basketball returns to Carver Arena on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So what a great way to have a date if you like sports. Both the dress in red, not only for Valentine's Day, but also for Bradley, and come out and see Illinois State. Now, this is one of our biggest games of the season, so make sure you come early, or at least get your tickets ahead of time, because the lines will probably be a little bit longer right before the game. So February 14th against Illinois State. And then there's one more game after that, and that's February 24th against Indiana State. So both games are 7 p.m. starts. Come on out and support Bradley basketball. It's been a really fun season to watch them play. And we've had some really great crowds, so it's been a lot of fun. So again, BradleyBraves.com if you want to get tickets to those ahead of time, or just come a little bit early before the game. If you are in dire need of a girls' night out, we've got the event for you. Menopause the Musical is such a funny show. It's coming to the theater on Thursday, February 15th at 7:30. So grab your girlfriends, go out for dinner, and then come on over to the theater and watch a really funny show. After that, Friday, February 16th, Cirque is coming to the theater as well. So that'll be a really entertaining show, Cirque style, 7:30 in the theater on February the 16th. Again, both of those shows, you can go to PeoriaCivicCenter.com to catch the link to get some tickets, or else head on down to the Toyota box office, and our staff is always happy to see you and help you. Continuing in Carver Arena, the Rivermen are having a great season as well. They return home for a full weekend of play on the weekend of February 16th through the 18th. They have a full gamut of promotions going on that weekend. On Friday night, the 16th, Paw Patrol jerseys. If you're not familiar with that, that's like a kid's cartoon. Kind of, the kids will love that one. And there's also a Coach bobblehead giveaway going on. So that's Friday, February the 16th. On Saturday, it is the Rivermen's Hall of Fame night, in which they'll be inducting Darren Clark. Plus, they're going to have some special jerseys that night as well. Both Friday and Saturday are 7:15 starts, so don't be late. Bring your family out to the Peoria Rivermen games. On Sunday, February 18th, the Family Fun Day is for Rivermen. So that's a little bit earlier of a start at 3:05 in the afternoon. Kids tickets are only $3, and they have some really great concessions prices. So bring your family out for a Sunday afternoon inside Carver Arena watching a little hockey. More information and tickets on anything Peoria Rivermen can be found at PeoriaRivermen.net. That wraps it up for February, but I did want to give a shout out to a very early event in March, March 2nd through the 4th. That first weekend in March is always the Central Illinois RV Show, when the exhibit halls at the Peoria Civic Center get filled, and I mean filled to the hilt, with campers and RVs and exhibit booths from campgrounds. So it's really, again, start thinking spring. It'll get some imagination going of some different vacations or some places to go, or at least definitely your RV, the vehicle you need to camp in and sleep in while you go camping this summer. So come on down March 2nd through the 4th for the Central Illinois RV Show, and you can find more information on that at centralillinoisrvshow.com. Very easy. So that wraps it up for February. We'll be back early March to kind of run down the month. Lots happening down at the Peoria Civic Center. We hope to see you there next month. Thanks.
PeoriaLife.com